G'day everyone, TurboTristan here. We've got a jam-packed, exciting video for you guys today. Heaps and heaps of stuff to go through. I'll try not to make it too long, although some of you guys are calling out for a 6-hour video of the 6-hour endurance event. But stick around, we're gonna get straight into it. I've got heaps of info to give you, heaps of footage to show you, lots of action in just a moment. Today's video is all about the budget enduro. It's a 6-hour event hosted by Tampered Motorsports. You can find those guys on Facebook. More about them later on. It's at my local racetrack, which is Sandown Raceway, just up the road here in Springvale, Melbourne, Victoria. And it's a 6-hour event, and it's who can do the most amount of laps in 6 hours. You need a minimum of 4 drivers. We had 6 because we wanted to share the love around with RHONDA with everybody. And you need to do as many laps as possible. You can't go faster than a 1:35. And you also can't run on slicks, and you can't spend over $4,000. So this event is perfect for everybody. If you have a little bit of cash spare and you want to get into motorsports and you don't want to spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on a full-on race car and you just want to have a lot of fun, I highly recommend you jump onto tamperedmotorsports.com.au, check them out, enter the budget enduro, or just any of their track days. They're unbelievably fun. They're enthusiasts, we're enthusiasts, and it's just the best time ever. Okay, so I mentioned you can't spend over $4,000, you can't have slick tires, and you can't go under a 1:35. And the reason for that is to keep it a budget event. We don't want you going out and spending $48,000 or $148,000 on a race car, put slick tires on it, and just do 1-minute laps around the racetrack all day and all night and just blow everyone else's doors off. It's not fair, it's not within the spirit of things, and it's all about having door-to-door racing at the absolute lowest possible cost you can. $4,000, I'm pretty sure you can't have a safe race car that's gonna do 6 hours of racing for less than that. So to do that, we chose RHONDA. You guys have all seen the build. It's a 2003 Honda Accord Euro with around 260,000 Ks on it. We paid $1,500 for the car, sold a few bits and pieces off it, stripped it out, changed the wheels back to the factory wheels. We upgraded the brakes with PROTEX brakes, RACEWORKS seat, RACEWORKS steering wheel, a whole slew of parts from RACEWORKS as far as the intake goes. EXO mufflers locally, you can find those online, exo.com.au. we got all the exhaust materials from there, and we just did a straight piped with 2 mufflers up the back to keep it within the legal limits, and just straight 3-inch all the way through, no cats, race exhaust. So it's pretty awesome. I think you'll agree it sounds incredible. First up is me in the car for the first hour of the event. We don't know how the car's going to go. We couldn't test it on the street, so this was go time. We'd had a wheel alignment, and that was it. That's the only driving the car's done, was just to the wheel shop and back. Brand new tires, brand new brakes, all of it untested. I'm the guinea pig, jumped straight in the seat and had to do the first 1-hour stint. Now you'll also notice in this stint we have backpacks hooked up to the back of the seat with water so we don't dehydrate. It's quite hot in there once you remove all the interior and sound deadening. Plus it was a pretty hot day overall. And yeah, we're on max speeding rods, coilovers, PROTEX brakes and pads, and some RE003 Bridgestone tyres that you can just buy off the shelf anywhere. And the car was incredible. Next up, we have Christo. Chris has never, ever driven on a racetrack ever before, and we threw him straight in the deep end. Chris arrived super excited. He arrived in a race suit from an Uber with his helmet under his arm, ready to go at 7 a.m. in the morning. His stint didn't start till 10 a.m, so he was raring to go all day. Here he is, first time on the track. He was super duper consistent, so that was excellent. Better than me, because I went over and under the speed that we were supposed to do a few times, so he did much better than me, stayed consistent, was hovering around 1:37. He was hovering around a minute 37 to a minute 38 just about every lap. There was a couple where he needed to slow down a bit, but that was all good. So by the end of Chris's session, he was down to the metal on the brake pads, so they were PROTEX Ultimate pads, so we swapped those out while they were still smoking, mind you, in under 2 minutes. Car up, wheels off, brake pads out, new brake pads in. Quite proud of myself for doing that. Me and John from PROTEX were in charge of brake pads on the day, and we did it a couple of times between drivers in the pit stops, and it was absolutely awesome. So the pads did amazingly. So check out Chris's laps, tell us what you think. Good work, Chris. Didn't bin the car, brought it home and stayed consistent. So very proud of you, mate. Well done. Good job. And I'm sure you'll be doing much more racing in the future. Good work.
doing like 170, and then I came in and I'm like, ooh shit, too hot, brake, and then while in the corner I'm like, I don't have enough on the brake, so I downshifted in there, and then I was like, it just went off, and I just missed the grass, so I went around the rumble strip.
Oh my god.
Like 2 or 3 times. But aside from that, while the draggy was still working, so it stopped working for about 20 minutes. After about 20 minutes, it was good to see, because I could see my first lap was like 145, was 143, 143. Then after that, it started coming down, and I was hitting 138, 138, 37. Yeah, and it was like, I felt really good after that. And then that's when the Lancer that was on there, he was pretty quick right from the get-go. But right towards the end, I had him on my tail, and I held him off for 3 laps. And the only way he got past was when I cooked the corner just after the long straight. So that's when he got past me, but until then I was holding him off, which felt good. The BURSON XL wasn't really driving.
So this has been your first track day.
Correct.
What did you learn?
A, don't eat before you go on the track. B would be do your braking and your downshifting. I don't know if John or someone else just mentioned it as well. Do all that on the straights as much as you can. You don't want to be doing that whilst you're in the middle of a corner. And I think just have fun and enjoy it. That's the most important thing.
Awesome.
I don't know if you can hear me, but we're on track. And I'm in a spew covered seat. That's okay. Oh, this thing's going to feel amazing. So one thing about this track day, is the fact that we can't lap under 1:35. Otherwise you get disqualified. So
alrighty, our third driver and our celebrity driver is Zach Baldy from YouTube. He's one of my friends from YouTube down here. We've all had meetups and we've all got to know each other, and Zach was the first one that I offered the seat to. He's right into circuit racing at the moment, and he is a natural driver. Again, much better than me. Zach was by far the most consistent, smoothest driver of the day. We're going to chuck up his footage that he's taken with his GoPro and sent across to me, so I hope you enjoy that. He was doing 1:35.1 back to back to back to back all the way through. Just phenomenal. Didn't miss a beat. And he really wants to jump in his own budget car and be out on track with us next time. And he loved the Honda life, so he might be becoming a Honda boy. Check him out.
We got no fuel. Fuel. Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, yeah. They're hot. Yeah. I wasn't even using them that much.
I don't know if it's got a brake, but put some oil and grease underneath too.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Consistent 125 twos though. It's been going really well, so.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. It's been good.
Yeah.
So like.
You know what app that is?
What's that?
The app.
This is draggy. So draggy with the whatchamacallit. But yeah, no, it's ties in with the little draggy thing, so it's better, more accurate GPS. It's pretty cool. That should be enough. That should be enough. I'll go like, it's got like, so 33%. Yeah, go for it, go for it. Yep. Yep. Design. Beautiful.
Zach, so you've just come back in after an hour in the first front-wheel drive race car. Tell us about it.
It was good. It was good. The way you guys have set up the car, it's extremely consistent. But I reckon there's so much more in it, isn't there?
Heaps more.
Because there was a few times where I came down through, I was just trying to keep it really, really stable. A few times coming down the back of the track where I look down and it's literally, it says -3 on my phone. So I'm like, okay, I just got to hold up a second and let it go. I reckon this would match the BRZ, which is quite funny. Like it's definitely faster, and front wheel drive is so much fun. It's kind of just like you just turn and put your foot down and it just goes. So yeah, so good. But cheers very much for bringing me out. Very much appreciated. Oh, you can't believe it. Ooh.
What about other cars on track and racing door to door with people?
Good. There was a few sessions, like, because we went out, we were the third car in line. I had to get around them. Oh, I didn't tell you actually. I had to get around them once, so I did that. And then I completely cooked it on the first corner, straight off the end of the first corner. So they got back past me. I then went again and passed them again, built up a pretty good gap. And then came back, I ran out of fuel, came back in, and one of them just passed me, so I passed them again real quick and still kept to my 35 delta, which is pretty cool. So I don't think I lost a lap. I don't think. I didn't. Yeah, okay. So
you managed to stay on the lead lap, and then the other guys came off. So
yeah,
I think we're either first or second.
We should be first up. Hopefully after that, because yeah, I was trying my hardest not to go down, but it's really difficult because when you come down this back section down here and you realize you're under the time, you can't exactly back off because the other two will just pass you anyway. Yeah. So you got to back off like 2 or 3 corners away and hold them up. So I was doing the dodgy a little bit, but it's all right. We're hopefully in front. But yeah, I managed, door-to-door racing. I didn't realize how aggressive they'd go because I'm like, okay, I'll just pass him on the straights, and then all of a sudden he's on the inside of me. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, rightio. So I'll just hold that line a little bit and we were all good. So it was good fun though.
Do you reckon you and your mates are going to have your own budget car?
Yeah, 100%. I'm kind of thinking Accord too because that was a lot of fun. Yeah, awesome. I don't think there's another car out there that sort of was matching it. And straight line speed, we have it 100%, without a doubt, all day long. We were passing them and if you get a good run, you can pretty much pass them by halfway down the track. Yeah. So it was nice and easy. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it now. Unless you guys invite me back, I gotta get a car, without a doubt. So yeah, no. Once again, cheers, very much appreciate it.
All right, John, so you've just come back in off the track for your hour stint. What happened, mate?
It was a good run, actually. Had a bit of a battle with the Camry and one of the other guys. So I had a misshift down the back corner. He took me, give me the chop single on the back straight, and then ran it straight into the sand trap because he's trying to pull away. So I passed him straight away.
That was the Camry?
Yeah, that was a beauty, that one. So
sucked in.
Yeah. So that was good. We had a couple of little shifty overtakers there, but I worked my way back and got past those again.
Nice.
So it was good, really good. Car ran spot on the whole time.
How's the brakes?
Holding up perfect. Yep. I can brake later than most of those guys, as late as I want really. It's bringing the ABS in still, when you hit it close to the corners, no matter how many laps in you are, so no issue there. Awesome. So it was really, really good.
I think we've got the legs over everyone on the straights as well.
Yeah, even down the back there, it really starts to pick up.
Do you know what speed you were hitting?
I couldn't see. I reckon it was in the 180. I reckon it seemed to be up there. But my draggy turned off, so I've got no data from the run at all, which is a bit sad, but we'll see how we go.
It's crazy, hey?
How was that, Josh?
Awesome. The new tyres, world of difference. It spins so much faster with an exiting clutch kit. Flyable, it's awesome.
You picked up 5 seconds a lap. Yeah. From 1 minute 40 to 1 minute 35.
True. So that was all rubber and clutch. Thanks, Exity.
In the RACEWORKS bucket seat.
RACEWORKS bucket seat was faultless. Kept me nice and snug. RACEWORKS steering wheel was the.
How was your battles on track?
Might take that off camera.
So this is it. This is the last lap of the event. We definitely haven't won because the Lancer just went past on the checkered flag. And the Falcon, but we're in the race for second. Jamie's out there now, so we'll see. We think we're second. We might be third. We don't know. Here goes RHONDA. Go Jamie. Good work, mate.
Well done, Jay.
Good job. Let you get your helmet off and I'll get a bit on camera. Good job, mate. Good job.
Thanks, man.
How was that?
It's good fun. Tyres are shagged.
Are they? They're gone?
Tyres are gone. It got worse through that session, but
Yeah?
brakes are surprisingly good, but the tyres are holding the brakes back.
Yeah?
We did come first, right?
No.
Really? Yeah, we did.
We didn't.
Really?
They look, they got a checkered flag on their car.
Oh man, you know why? We got penalised.
You got penalised.
You got penalised at the start.
For what?
Yeah.
When you went through the middle, they took 2 laps off you.
But I went through the middle.
You know you cut through the 2 cars?
Pardon?
Right at the start.
It's weird. You were second in line.
Yeah.
And then by the time you came to here, you were third, and then you cut between 2 cars.
Because the light had gone green.
Yeah, but they took 2 laps off you.
Yeah, mate, awesome. We won that.
We did win that.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
You had that session.
Yeah, I saw a green light.
Yeah.
So I nailed it, and the other guys didn't.
Well. We got in trouble.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, back at Spool Up headquarters. RHONDA made it home safe and sound. Jamie reckons the tyres are a bit clapped now. I reckon, me being tight, they've still got a few track days in them. Probably not for 6 hours at a time, but we'll probably keep them for something else. And also, we did manage to not put fuel in the car once, and then Zach ran out of fuel, so we managed to get that in and not cost us a lap, which was awesome. I cost at least 2 penalties, maybe 3, for going too fast and also avoiding or not obeying a red flag. But I wanted to take this opportunity to thank the guys from Tampered Motorsports, Budget Enduro, Adam, and the whole crew. The whole family is involved. It's absolutely awesome. If you have a car that is a nugget, it doesn't get a roadworthy, and you don't know what to do with it, but you don't want to get rid of it, turn it into a budget enduro car. Needs to cost under $4,000, done and dusted. Ours costs us around about 2.5 now with everything that's on it, so we're miles under that. And the K series never let us down. You just need to, you don't even really have to do anything to it, just make sure it's got non-slick tires and it's under $4,000, and off you go. It can be any car. We've done a bit to ours, obviously. We took it a bit seriously, put a seat in it, put a harness in it, stripped it out, all that. You don't have to, but you can if you want. Everything about the car was flawless. So this is a challenge to other YouTubers, other locals. If you're in Melbourne, if you have a team of friends, if you're a garage, a workshop, a group of mates, just anyone watching this and you have a car that you would consider not worth registering, or something that, it can be registered actually, but under $4,000 with road tires on it, and you want to do 6-hour enduro events in it, I highly recommend it. This is the best fun I've ever had on track. Team spirit, changing pads every session. So we had a 20-minute break in between every 1-hour stint. In that time we did tire pressures, fuel, brake pads, checked everything out. Not brake pads every time, every third time. In those 20 minutes we were able to change brake pads if we needed to, refuel it if we needed to, rotate the tires, check the tire pressures, strap in the new driver, change the drink bottle, get him all set up, radio in, harnesses in, done, dusted, and with about 5 minutes to spare. So we managed to get all that done. Best fun. You do feel like you're in a Formula 1 team because you're doing things like pad changes and tires and all that sort of stuff, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I can't recommend this enough. I just wanted to take a second to thank all of RHONDA's sponsors, So we've got PROTEX, RACEWORKS, Denso, max speeding rods, CRC, BMC, spool up of course, which is me, Exity racing clutches, definitely RACEWORKS, and definitely Tampered Motorsport. You guys are amazing. T7 designs, all the stuff that we can possibly get on this car. Bridgestone, please sponsor us. We love your tires, they're amazing. Sponsor us, Bridgestone. And XO Exhaust, thanks so much for the build on RHONDA. This is an amazing car. Everybody at the track loved it. It was definitely the car to beat. We should have won it, we could have won it, but we just amateurs, I guess. But yeah, the clutch held up amazingly. No, we didn't rev it to 18,000 RPM, but it saw limiter, which is about 7,400, every single gear change, and it absolutely loved it. It would be nice to chuck an LSD in the car, and we do need to throw a CV in there. You can see we've blown out a CV and grease was flying everywhere. That was the main issue of the day, was the CV. And we'll put some new injectors and a new fuel pump in it and just make sure that's all sweet, because we were chewing a bit of juice. Okay, so we've seen me, Chris and Zach out on track, and you've seen RHONDA in all her glory. After that, we had Josh from PROTEX, John from PROTEX, and then Jamie from RACEWORKS, so the man who helped us out with all the bits and pieces. We had to give him a ride in the car. It was the right thing to do, so we called up Jamie. Jamie is quite an experienced race car driver. He has his own couple of cars and he works on race car stuff all day long, so we offered him a seat in RHONDA and he jumped at the chance. This guy turned up, race suit, race helmet, gloves, shoes, the whole box and dice, so we knew he was serious. And right from the get-go, they dropped the flag. Jamie darted off, taking first place immediately as soon as the flag dropped. However, it was a little bit too premature before the start line, and they actually penalised him about 3 laps. So therefore, because of my stuff up and then all the other boys making up the time and getting us back to the lead, Jamie jumped in, got excited, and knocked us back to second place. Even though he was leading the whole hour session by about half the track over and above the second car, we actually came second because of the penalty. But we know for next time, and it's on next time, there's going to be no penalties, hopefully. And RHONDA's coming back bigger and better. We're going to do braking ducts. We're going to maybe do some aero. We've got a bit of stuff to fix up. We've got some camber arms to go in there, front and rear, a full set. So she's going to be dialed for the next event. But second place for our first ever door-to-door racing endurance event in a car that we paid $1,500 for is absolutely incredible. And I think you guys will appreciate the budget level that we did. Off-the-shelf brake pads, off-the-shelf rotors, stock brakes, stock engine just with a header back exhaust, no cats, air intake. We changed the clutch because we had to, a set of off-the-shelf road tires, and a stock car that was stripped out. We chucked in a race seat and a steering wheel from RACEWORKS. The guys at Tampered Motorsports put on such an awesome event. The only thing that I would ever say that wasn't good about the day is that there wasn't enough cars on track. There was a Ford Falcon that did about 15 to 20 minutes out of an hour session each time, but that was a 4-man team and they were struggling, they were exhausted, and the car wasn't automatic, and it was, I think it might have been having some mechanical issues. The other car was a Hyundai XL X race car that we actually had some V8 supercar drivers by the name of Jason Barguana, may have heard of him. He was captaining a team, and we had some other guys that had done all kinds of racing before, grip racing, drifting, just wanted to get out and try it for the first time. The car wasn't very fast, but the car was definitely set up and everyone learned a lot in that. So that's 2 cars. The next car, which came third, was the V6 Toyota Camry that was driven by some guys that were driving like they stole it. And my God, they were hard to keep up with in the corners, but RHONDA had it all over them on the straights. And yeah, it was pretty fun to drive against those guys. I hope they're here next time so we can go door to door again. And then we had the guys that actually won the event in the CH Lancer, super duper consistent, ex-Uber car that they picked up for very, very cheap. I don't know how much, but they paid next to nothing for it. Stripped it out, chucked in a race seat, all that sort of stuff. Air intake, exhaust, off you go. And it was mint. Consistency won the day, and those guys won, so congratulations. But we do need more cars on track. Bring your AU Falcons, bring your Mitsubishi Lancers, bring your Honda Accords, your Honda Civics, your Hyundai XLs, Lantras, whatever you can find that's under 4K, including all your bits and pieces and tires and whatnot. Get it ready, get set, because the next one is on the 11th of March this year. So we've got just under 2 months to get it ready and compete again. We've got a heap of work to do. We've got to change CV joints. We blew one of those, so we've got to get that done. Heaps of other maintenance stuff, and just give RHONDA a tidy up and a clean up. And yeah, get some extra drivers in. I'm not sure who's going to take the 6th chair this time. Now that Zach's probably going to do his own car. If we do have a spare spot, we're definitely going to ask him again. But we like to share out the 6th seat. It could be one of you guys next time. Who knows? But stay tuned. More RHONDA updates to come and more racing to come. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, spool up, bring the boost, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.